Look at that gorgeous Johnny Storm.
We have a helicopter.
Uh-oh.
What the heck?
Chris, they're
Yeah,
coming for me.
it's a military helicopter.
Like I said, they're coming for me.
Whatever's going on. It's in the back. It's like we're going to park.
They saw me through the window. They didn't know I switched sides.
Okay, let me get on Facebook.
Like I said. Hi, Floyd.
I'm ready. I'm being very quiet. This has been a long week.
Yeah.
So, we're a little calm.
There you are.
Okay. So I have Ford.
Yep.
So we're just gonna sit here for a little while while we load up.
Getting loaded.
Wouldn't it be great if like there was a military helicopter over the building? Guys just came out of it on the
Rappelling
lines,
down onto
rappelled
it.
down onto the back of the building. See?
We're here for Neal Adams.
Hear it?
Yeah, they're coming for me. Don't know right away.
I wonder if there's something going on out there.
Somebody ratted me out.
Right? It's moving now. Look at the copter.
Chris, get to the chopper. Actually, of all the guys in Predator, I'm the guy that gets hit by the tree in the chest and is still there going, I can make it. You know he's dead before they get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I can make it, man.
I'd be the one sitting underneath the blood, going drip, drip. Go like,
What's that?
not even notice it.
If you want to live, come with me. Get down. Get to the chopper.
They're still over us. That's what I'm saying. Whatever's going on out there is what you get.
Nah, Chris would be the one that going, I ain't got time to bleed.
Still out there. Everybody turn on their news and see what's going on.
City under siege.
It is a city under siege. Well, it was a beautiful day for the first time in New York in feels like weeks. Actually, last Sunday, I guess, was the last.
So we had a blip of nice weather. Was it last weekend?
Yeah, Sunday.
In a couple of hours.
Sunday.
Sunday, not
Gorgeous.
Saturday.
Sunday.
Saturday was under the water.
Mm.
But today was a very nice day. It jumped to 12.
Yeah, we have 12 bodies, but I don't know who it is. I know Maryland. I know Ford and Maryland. Other than that, I don't know.
Right.
And then there's me and you and Rich. That's 5.
Right. I don't know.
Hello, Greg. All right, so we have confirmed Greg Harper is watching.
Greg Harper's watching.
Come on, guys, say hello. We want to know what's up there. No, we're
Now
back
it's
down to 9.
9.
I don't know, man. Jim Hackett who joined us?
It's a helicopter, guys, hacking into our
The SWAT
Facebook.
team.
That's right. Jim
Matt is
Hackett's with
watching.
us. All right. Well, I guess I will start. We'll start very slowly. And then everyone will show up and go, but do you have any CGCs? Okay, I'm going to crunch out my coffee and then we'll start.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So tonight I was going to start with 2 CGCs and 1 original drawing by Neal that's been colored by Z. And Sam is on with us. I don't know if Sam was on with us. So what I have in front of me is a Detective Comic number 1027 that was done in November of 2020. It is a 9.4. It is a sketch cover. It's a blue sketch cover, and because it said Detective Comics on it, Neal decided to put a Batman full figure drawing with a Batarang on it with lots of lightning. So that's an original drawing by Neal. 100% Neal there. Lightning is Neal.
Sarah! Hey, Sarah.
And we are selling it for $3,000. It is a yellow label, which at this point, yellow labels are a done deal.
Yep, the
No
ones that are
more
done.
Neal Adams yellow labels out there. So 9.4 Detective Comics number 1027, done in November of 2020, sketch edition. The Batman Detective full figure is $3,000 to buy. Really nice drawing by Neal.
Andrea saw Sarah's comic book room.
Yes,
Did you see it?
I did see it.
It's glorious.
I also saw Phil Henrique's art room, and that was very nice. But that he sent as a private. But that was also very nice, and it reminded me of all the nice pieces he's actually bought, over the years that we've been doing this now.
See, we're gonna have to do a tour.
Here comes the police department now.
We're gonna have to do a tour of all of the fans' art rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Gustavo.
That's how we can retire Z. Our next show will be visiting the people who bought.
It'll be a road trip. Chris and Zia tour your art room.
Yep. Well, Jade, Jade was amazed that I could sleep on a cement floor and snore. So there you go. I can sleep in a car, Z. Can you?
I can sleep in a car.
Okay. So next up, I have Storm.
Hi, Aaron. Storm.
Otherwise known as the Human Torch.
Johnny Storm.
Not Storm.
Not Storm.
Yes.
Well, Johnny Storm is Storm.
He is a Storm.
I was thinking in the male version of Storm, not in the female version of Storm. From the Fantastic Four. For $800, it is pencil and ink Neal. Color is Zia. And it is a gorgeous piece by both Neal and Zia together, as usual. Hello, Aaron. Next up, I have this really nice Flash. This is another sketch cover, yellow label. 9.8, which is a nice number to get from CGC for an original drawing by Neal of the Flash that a lot of people have very much liked. No one has pushed the button. It is $2,200.
Yay.
Aaron is free in the payment plan.
Well, hey, I got some cool stuff to show you then.
Yeah, don't say that too loud, Aaron. I'll try not to show good stuff tonight. See, at least you could have one night of no payment plan. So this is my opening the show stuff. Again, I have Flash sketch cover for $2,200, 9.8 yellow label. I have Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four by Neal that Zia colored for $800. And I have the Detective Comic 1027, 9.4 yellow label sketch cover. All the old-time movie posters are 27 by 41, and that size is not a stock size. All the craft stores sell 27 by 40. That is a problem. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here. Voila. Okay, next up, I was going to start slow and build tonight. And I organized myself. The books are all together as one.
No.
Because it was getting too crazy with large things, small things, books.
Yeah, last Wednesday was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But it was a bit thrown together.
But it wasn't. I actually had it really well put together. It's just all the different sizes threw me. So, okay, I have a Mr. T trading card that is signed in silver by Neal for $100. This is the original trading card of Mr. T and the T-Force from Now Comics. This goes back to, what year we did this? It doesn't say. 1993. Sorry, Z.
That's okay. I know you like that.
So it is the trading card. It has Neal Adams on the back, art by Neal Adams. It has a tip from Mr. T. It's actually a quite charming card. They've done a gold metallic on it because Mr. T likes to wear gold.
Tough and tender.
And this is the first cover for the Mr. T comic that Neal did. And a cute trading card signed by Mr. Adams in silver marker. Oh, and his necklace is gold foil.
Yeah.
That's a pretty hard work trading card. It's actually very nice. Somebody did a really nice design job.
And I bet if somebody were to take it to Mr. T to get him to sign it, he would tell you some fun stories about going to the gym with Dad.
Probably would. I think Mr. T had a good time with us.
I think so.
It was a fun time. We had him up in the studio for like a week or 4 days.
I came around the corner while he was coming down the hallway. I almost bumped into him. So I stopped short. And he turns to me and he goes, "I scare you?" And I was like, no, he just startled me. He goes, "That's good, you tough."
Well, he was very nice. Okay, next up I have an original Flash drawn by Neal, pen and ink. It is a signed piece by Neal. Mr. T is not that tall.
Yeah, he's about my height.
Yeah, I was going to say he's not short, but he's not tall.
I think he's like 5'9", 5'10".
I would bet he's a little taller than that. So he looks short, but when you stand next to him, he's not that short.
He's thick.
Yeah, because he's thick.
Stocky.
Okay, so back to the Flash, who's not stocky. This is $700 to buy. It's a pen and ink by Neal, signed by Neal. This is an older piece by Neal because it is on the Neal Adams continuity stock paper that we had made a long time ago. And this is like a really nice drawing. A lot of thick and thin lines here. The inking on this for a profile is pretty amazing. You know, this again is a Chris fave, or for those who like to buy Chris faves. This, I would say, is a Chris fave. It's a really nice job. $700 is a really nice price for this piece. And it's Flash, which Neal doesn't draw that often. So nice piece. I have a designy Wonder Woman for $700 by Neal, pen and ink. And that's a signed piece by Neal for $700. Yeah, the detail on the Flash is really good. You know, Neal did this piece and then this piece at about the same time period where he was kind of doing a design of leaving parts out
like they were getting hit by a bright spotlight on the
Right.
backside or something.
Yeah. So this is $600 to buy. Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. Pen and ink Neal, signed by Neal. So these two together are kind of an interesting. It's like a design within the art.
Very cool. It's a style.
It's a style. If you don't know, it's style. Okay, next up I have a Batman Urban Legends that was not CGC'd. It is a sketch cover by Neal with Batman and Joker. It does have a certificate of authenticity that goes with it, that it was done October 1st of 2021. It is a signed piece by Neal. So again, sketch cover comic. Oh, sorry. The price of this is $1,800 to buy.
Oh. I didn't see the old at the front of it.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
I may have a coughing fit coming.
Yay!
So it's $1,800 for the Batman sketchbook. Alright, see, I'm gonna go get water.
I don't know if being on the floor helped you much.
And cough.
Yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with that. Can you do this?
Yeah, can you put it on a stand and then I can focus on it and then I can come over and do it?
You good?
Yep.
Alright, I'm just gonna get some water.
Okay, so this is the Power Records Monsters. And I'm actually going to have to come in front of the camera. Sorry, guys. Because I am blocked off the other side. Hi, kids. Okay, so, yeah, poor Chris. So this is a very, very, very limited edition record. We only had 50, 100, sorry. Well, we got half, they got the other half, or something like that. Okay, so limited to 100 of these. And the cool thing, besides it being a cool thing, is that the record itself is this beautiful candy apple red, which I know is a little hard to see here. If I put it up against white, it should help some.
That's the pretty color.
Yeah, this is the one that's like the nice candy apple red.
I need my Vicks.
And there's a little bit of black ink added to the vinyl so that it sort of looks a bit like blood dripping. Gorgeous record. And it also comes with the only printing of the Monsters story that is in comic book format. So it is the entire revised, every page that was ever done for Monsters is in this comic, and size 2 comic book size, so it's a comfortable read. And you also get this image, which is from the original Monsters record.
From Peter Pan Records.
Yep. And if you want, I can sign the cover of the Monsters comic as I colored the cover. And this is $50. That's where I got the 50 from, because it's $50.
Right, it's $50,
So we had
it's
100
100.
of these,
Right.
and they're
We're
$50
down
each.
to the last few.
They leave for a moment, and Chris morphs into Z.
It's funny.
You
how
never
that
know
happens.
when that's going to happen.
Some say they're the same person.
Only on Tuesdays.
But we are-
Tuesdays.
We are two halves of the same brain sometimes.
I am there. I just had to get my menthol.
Oh, you needed the heavy duty one, huh?
Yes.
Let's see.
Maximum strength.
Well, sometimes it's talking that then brings on the. Okay, I'm gonna have a coughing fit right now. Okay. I never know when it's coming, and I can go like a whole day without coughing, and then all of a sudden it's like.
Right when you need to not be coughing is when
Yeah.
it happens.
Exactly.
Been there.
Just can't wait for this weather to stabilize so that I can stabilize.
Stability? What?
Oh, stop raining. Stop being sunny. Pick what you're going to be. Okay, so this is a DC print. This is Action Comics. This is one of those Breaking Chain Superman pieces. These were actually very limited. It is signed by Neal. I believe these were done for a convention that they were celebrating Superman. These are signed by Neal, and we're selling them for $100. They're kind of on a poster paper, and the size is
Looks 11 by 7.
13 by 19, which is weird because that's the size we do.
You said 100?
Yes.
When is Rich making a cameo appearance? I don't know, and Chris and I both kick off at the same time.
Gustavo, you might actually make a cameo before I do.
Don't say that, he'll turn up at the door.
And there he is now.
That is true.
God, you're fast for me.
And the other scared me. I thought it was a door. Ugh. Just had a heart attack. Okay, next up is the Superman flying over the city. I was going to say Gotham because I'm so used to it being Batman, but I guess this is Metropolis. Action Comics, it's the Superman, and this is $4.19 of Action Comics for $100, and this is also signed by Neal.
Down in the right hand corner in gold ink.
This is actually one of my more favorite of the Superman run covers. I always liked this one. For a long time, I thought Kurt Swan drew this. Only to find out it was Dad.
I think it's actually Murphy Anderson inks over Neal.
Yeah, it didn't look like Dad, so therefore I thought it was Kurt Swan.
Neal told me the inks were like very soft.
Yeah. But I liked it because it was that Kurt Swan-y, thicker Superman. So this is signed by Neal. Like I said, these had limited runs. They're both were done at the same time. And this again is on the poster stock type paper. And old school Superman. Next is I went for Tarzan tonight. I still have this Tarzan with the little ant-men. This is one of the nicer covers out there. This is $100. This is 13 by 19. It is signed by Neal. This is a painted piece by Neal. And if you ever wanted to really study Neal Adams coloring, I would say this is definitely a piece to look at. It has all of Neal Adams coloring on it. It is signed by Neal at the bottom.
Oh no, man, coquitos are high calorie, man.
Yeah, you can feel that. Like, thank God it only comes out at Christmas time. It's like eggnog, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a malted. So, okay. Next up is the piece that Zia kind of inspired Dad to do. It is pencil and ink Neal, colored by Zia. I mean, it's not like tequila doesn't put on the pounds, but at least when you drink it, you don't feel like you're putting on pounds.
Well, there's a lot of creams and sugar.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, straight tequila, not so much. But
Good for Chris's cold. Yeah. Actually, when I'm sick, I don't like any alcohol. So. All right, it is signed by Neal at the bottom. The size of this is 13 by 19. Who's stronger, Batman or Superman?
Wonder Woman.
yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, I was rewatching Justice League.
Mhm.
Justice League, and there's a scene where like Superman comes back to life, and they're fighting, and it's Wonder Woman fighting Superman. Superman headbutts Wonder Woman, and she headbutts him back, and then he like flies up in the air to get some lift, and then comes down. I'm like, that's cheating.
Yeah, but she does the same stuff because she can fly too.
Yeah, I know,
she
but
goes up in the air.
but she was fighting fair, and then he started cheating.
Well, there you go. Because she's strong. 13 by 19 Batman. This is a Detective 1000 cover. This is at the point where Neal had colored it in paint. And this is 100 to buy. It is 13 by 19. Really nice piece by Neal.
And this one was how much?
100. Sorry.
Yeah, leave it at 100 until you tell me the price.
Just leave it at 100 because I think I'm pretty much at 100 all night tonight.
Okay.
So nice Detective 1000 cover. Like I said, it is the finished painting by Neal. Okay, I am down to my last little blue ladies. These are 11 by 14. It is Star Reach number 2 cover. This is 100% Neal from start to finish, pen, ink, and color. This was done as a very large piece.
And he got a really nice smooth blue on her.
Yep. He like did this over a weekend. I remember when.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Damn. That's just crazy talk.
Well, when he sits down, he just goes.
And where was the rest of the family?
We were up in the studio. Because that's how I remember him. I think he was late for it. And I believe the character is actually a Jim Starlin character because the interior work of this book was a Jim Starlin story.
Hello, Craig on YouTube.
So $100 to buy the Blue Lady. It is signed by Neal. And next up is my last Man Thing. It's got a silver dot behind it. It is 11 by 14 Man Thing.
Hello, all Swede.
With a werewolf underneath.
And another woof woof coming at him.
Well, I think the wolf is under like ice.
Yeah, but there's another one coming at him because he's reflected in his eyes.
In his eyes, right. So we have one left of this, guys. $100 to buy. It is signed by Neal.
Because the woofies, they travel in packs.
They do. Woof woof.
Woof woofs.
And Neal likes doing that, trap things under ice.
Really good thing werewolves don't really exist.
Oh, but they do Z. Okay, this is $300. Okay, this is a very large, almost
charge.
one of a kind giclée of Neal's original color Walking Dead cover. It is signed by Neal.
It is huge.
It is big. It is, what did we say? It was like 22 by 24 or something like that. But there's a lot of work in this. This is,
I just realized that one of the zombies you see is foot, and the toes are sticking out in front of the sneakers.
yeah.
Like only Dad. It's like an excuse to show everybody he can do toes.
This is a pencil and ink cover by Neal with Corey Adams coloring. This is $300 to buy. If you're into zombies, really great piece to own. Because Neal does really good zombies. So Walking Dead, $300. Okay. Next is a smaller piece. We went from really big to small, and this is an original. This is a pen and ink Joker by Neal. This has not been colored. It can be colored. A lot of people are getting their profiles colored these days.
He's got a big purple dot on him.
Does he have a big purple dot?
It's the confetti from the
He's
bombs
waiting
last
to
time.
be. He's waiting to be colored.
I know. It's just the right color too.
Exactly. So he is $800 to buy. This, I would consider this a really nice Joker by Neal. With the arched eyebrows.
And anybody who knows how to color Joker knows that his teeth are not white.
Mm. So $800 Joker by Neal, pen and ink. And it's a signed piece. And it's a nice Joker. For $800. And what's next? I have a Havoc, pen and ink by Neal. What's nice about this Havoc is it's more than a profile. It actually has a lot of body to it. I would say this is more like a bust shot stuck in there. This one is $800 to buy.
Well, because you got to see that cool effect on his chest.
Yeah. But Dad has done it where it's just like the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, this shows the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that
has
was
all of it. Right. So this is also a very nice piece. Pen and ink Neal. It is a signed piece by Neal. It is $800 to buy. And again, can be colored by Z. So if anyone is interested in buying any pieces, the way you go about it is you would write the comment bar. I'm buying,
Claim
buying
is the best.
Walking Dead. It's good to write what the piece is. We'll notice it. We'll do this. We'll make a big fuss about it, and then we will blow bombs and be crazy. And
then we will ask you to send us a direct message. For those of you that are on YouTube, we would ask you to send either to our Facebook, which I just posted up there on the screen, or to our Instagram in order to send us a direct message with your name, your mailing address, and your PayPal email address so that we can invoice you.
there you go. Easy as that. We also ask if you could share us around. That would be great.
Sharing is caring.
We appreciate that from people. All right. Now let's get into the artwork. Okay. Go this one. Okay. I have Soup's Color Torso. Okay, so Soup's Color Torso is 8.5 by 11. This is a pen and ink Neal, color by Zia for $1,800. And it is a signed piece by Neal over in the yellow area.
Hey Ryan, hello Don.
Has a nice blue undertone that Neal likes to work in. $1,800 is the price for this piece. Or Superman. What is going on in Superman comics these days? Never hear anything about Superman.
You left a sticker on your plastic.
Oops. Thanks. The snot is taking over my brain.
Sexy.
My brain is drowning. Okay. I think we did do this Wednesday as a
Yeah, we did.
scan. But it doesn't have a name. Okay.
Dominatrix.
Dominatrix. Now this is a commercial piece for, I don't remember.
Did you say the Sci-Fi Channel?
It
No.
wasn't the Sci-Fi Channel.
We all thought it was. But
We all
ended
thought
up
it
not.
was, and it wasn't. I can find out. It is $800 to buy.
Wasn't it pain medicine or something
I
like
think
that?
so. It's something weird.
So close.
It's over here, actually. Whatever it was. We just thought it was sci-fi because it was so weird. Actually, I don't think it said what it was.
And even these can be scanned, blown up, and colored if you wanted them.
Well, I will tell you this, the agency that did this does not have sci-fi. So this is definitely done for something. I don't know what. But we're selling this for $800. It is a pen and ink by Neal. This does fall into our commercial work. They kind of like the bat,
Okay,
kind of like a cross between Valeria from Warp and She-Bat.
Craig Campbell on YouTube says, I'm an admirer of Neal's science ideas growing Earth. Wondering if he had any Earth sketches. Lovely to see all his stuff. I was wondering, a bit of an odd question, thanks.
We do have, like, he did illustrate a book, and he has illustrations even from the videos, which I'm sure you've watched. We just have not put that up for sale. There's certain parts of continuity that we have not put up for sale for selling. At some point that may change, I don't know. And we can let you know if that day happens that we do let out the artwork from that project. So this again is commercial work by Neal. It is $800 and we don't quite know who the client is, but we know what pieces go together for the client, and they are all based on pain.
Right.
So I don't know. Some crazy creative director decided to do a crazy campaign on pain. So $800 is the price for this. And just when you think commercials can be boring, you can see not always. Okay, next up is a giant head of Superman. This was Neal's pencil for a giant size painting he did of Superman flying. This is 1117. It's a very tight pencil for 7,000. If you're asking what stock paper the commercial job is on, it's on a, I would say a 1-ply kid finish. So that would be considered a heavier stock paper.
Yeah, the other paint pieces, I don't know if you guys remember the people in the office being killed by aliens and monsters and machines.
Yeah, there was a
and stuff
guy
like that.
underneath the desk hiding from an alien that had another guy's head.
And then the impaled girl on the...
Right, the impaled
Yeah.
girl we still have. We
Big
sold
alien.
one.
Big aliens have character. That's just
Yeah,
a film
yeah,
on itself.
Yeah, exactly. So
Ted
there
Campbell
was.
says, okay, thanks for letting me know. That's great that he did that. On the private stuff.
Okay. So again, 1117, $7,000. This is the head that Neal used in that triptych painting that we sell at a smaller size, but Neal's original size for the triptych was 3 feet by 3 feet each tile. So it was a 9-foot in length Superman. So it was nice to actually unearth this and go, oh, I know what this is. The Superman from the paintings. Okay, next up is Batman Forever, Batman Robin Moon. This is 11 by 14. It is Batman and Robin. Now, we believe this may have been for the movie, which is why we deemed it Batman Forever.
You have a price on this?
1800. This is pen and ink Neal. The dynamic duo. And I would say if this was for the Batman Forever movie, this was pre them making that Deco-y licensing book.
That actually might be 9 by 12 or bigger. It's definitely not 8.5 by 11.
Oh, I thought I said 11 by 13. 13. 10 by 13? 10 by 13. So Batman leaping, Robin flying off of some scaffold thing. But very cool in nature. 1800 is the price for this, and it would have a certificate of authenticity that would go along with it because it is not signed by Neal. It's not everything in the drawer has got signed. Okay, next up is, no, this we did not do a pan and scan.
No, we did not.
Okay.
You are correct.
This is cover size 1117. This is a redo
Recreation.
of the Heritage 1B. This is Flash Gordon versus a Banff. Neal did, I want to say, 5 small panel illustrations. He loved the work he did on this. This is, again, one of Neal's favorites. So Neal took one of those panels, made it cover size, which that's what this represents. And the magazine it originally appeared in, or fanzine, was Heritage 1B. And Neal was so happy when he redid this. This is one of those pieces that Neal will do for himself because Neal loved the piece himself, and it wasn't based on what a fan might want. It was more based on he felt like redrawing something that he enjoyed drawing the first time around. So if you're a Flash Gordon and into Bants, this may be a piece for you. And it happens on Mars. 8,000 pen and ink. And this will have to get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it. But I will say the work on this is gorgeous pen and ink work. You can tell he enjoyed it. Had to do look at all the muscle work underneath his arms.
Look at all the toe beams on the pants.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those pieces that when you really do look at it, there's a lot of work in this piece. 8,000 is the price for that. And he must have gravity working on his side.
Oh, you're later on Mars. Smaller planet. Oh.
Do you go there a lot together?
No, but I morphed it enough freaking time.
Ooh, stepped into that one, Chris. Okay, this is Batman Forever, Batman Robin Roof. So this is a piece that is part of the licensing book because it has that Art Deco look to it. The size of this piece is about 11 by 15. It's a little wide. It is pen and ink Neal. It is a not signed piece, so this would get a certificate of authenticity that goes along with it.
What's the number on this one?
2200. So again, the design of the licensing stuff is really what I find interesting on these pieces. Because I think it was the first time Neal was kind of let loose to do cooler licensing in some ways for DC, even though it was based on the movie. But he felt that there was a cool design element that he could bring to the table. So a lot of the licensing art is really based on design work for Neal. Or at least that's what I'm seeing in it. These are not your usual static poses that you find on curtains and bedding and pajamas and whatever. And they did cool stuff. I mean, Neal worked on the Burger King cups. They were Burger King, right? The glass cups that came out for the movie, I believe, were Burger King.
McDonald's.
Was it McDonald's?
The mug cups.
Yeah, the mug cups.
It was McDonald's.
Right. I mean, even the mug cups, which were designed by Neal, are interesting cups. Like, I don't remember McDonald's or Burger King, for that matter, putting out stuff that was that kind of designed smart.
You know, they were well sculpted.
Yeah.
I love the design on the handles.
Yeah.
Like the Riddler one is a question mark.
Mm-hmm.
The Two-Face one is a bunch of coins.
Right. So that's part of what Neal brought to the table by being part of the licensing of this movie. So $2,200 for this Batman Robin piece.
He didn't work on the Flintstone mugs for McDonald's, did he? They came out right around the same time period.
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
We did a lot of stuff.
Ryan wants to know
But I don't. If I would have remembered Flintstones, because then I would have been like, Dad, I want this art.
Yeah, it was right around the time the Flintstone live-action movie came out.
Yeah. I don't think we did Flintstones.
Ryan Torrance is asking, do you still have those Batman design pieces?
Do you have those? You're talking about the cups?
The cups.
Oh, I would have to ask Jason if we have any of the cups in artwork. So I have not seen them, so I would almost have to say know through time they've disappeared or whatever, or they're really put away in some envelope that isn't marked correctly. Because I have not seen them.
Did they get handed into the client, maybe?
No, because we got all this stuff back. So I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, what am I looking at? This is Batman Solo Shadow. This is a really nice pencil and ink by Neal. Very slick inking. The size of this is 11/14, so it's a large piece. Very intense Batman, nice design, cape work. The shadow underneath Batman is interesting and fantastic in its own way. It is $10,000 to buy this piece. It is a signed piece by Neal. This again has a lot of very fine inking, very slick inking.
Slinking. What's the number on this?
10,000. Good Batman face. I mean, everything on this is great.
Hi, Benjamin.
Nice Batman arms. Good Batman fingers. Good
No toes,
legs. Good legs.
Hiding the feet.
This one might look really nice colored.
Yeah. It looks. I don't know. To me, this would look good colored, and
Well, this
would look good in black and white.
This would have to be without a background. It would have to
Yeah.
be like that's leave the stark white behind them.
Right.
I was thinking like a moon behind.
You like the moon?
He's lit pretty hard. He's very lit
Right.
from above him. So if you put a moon behind him, I don't know. That would be a tough one. Jason is on with us. So Jason, do we have any of the artwork from the McDonald's cups for the Batman movie that you're aware of? Okay, next piece up is the Justice League DCU finished pencil render. Okay, this is one of Neal's, I refer to convention pieces, because Neal did, it started with a commission piece that started those heads that we have, like Gang Green, and we have the Batman gang, and we have a number of them. This is another one of the lineup of heads, basically, that Neal does. And yes, this is a gorgeous piece, Aaron. You are correct. The size of this is 18 by 12 and a half. It's one of those weird pieces of paper. Neal Adams. It's 18. That's what I'm saying. It's large. Okay, so this is obviously from the Justice League movie. It has all the actors. This is done in Neal's finished pencil render technique. It's very tight. And I don't think this is signed, right?
Nope.
Okay, it is not a signed piece.
What's the number on it?
8,000.
There's the Spectre floating around back there.
There it is. So, very tight, very clean. For Dad, too. It is 8,000 to buy this piece. And like I said, Neal's pencils are amazing. Not too many people out there can do the finished illustrative pencil work like Neal, get likenesses like Neal. Gorgeous work. 8,000. I mean, as much as people like a lot of different people inking Neal, Neal's pencil work is amazing. It's when you realize, like, he really can draw. He really can draw.
He's not just faking it.
He's not faking it. Okay, Batman stand pencil. So this is another pencil. This isn't as tight. This isn't a finished pencil render, but it is a nice pencil of Batman. This is 800? 800 to buy. It is on 8.5 by 11 paper.
So Robert Carrasco was saying about the Justice League piece, love, 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 how it's clearly each actor but distinctly Neal, all the same.
Yeah.
My favorite type of likeness work.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about Dad is that he makes people better looking than they really. He fixes what you wish you could fix on your face. Let's put it nicely. He tends to make people
Well, that's
look
what he's
nicer than they look.
Yeah, well, that's what Dad said that you always had to do if you're going to do a portrait of somebody, you have to do the idealized version of that person.
Right. Exactly.
Otherwise, they won't like it.
He atomizes it.
He does atomize it. So this is 800 to buy. And this is a piece that I think is a great price for what it is. This is a piece that if I were to buy stuff, once again, this is a piece that I would buy into for the price that it's set at, mostly because I can see how Neal goes about designing cape to figure. I find the face and helmet on this one interesting. So for those who follow Chris's likes, this would be one of Chris's likes. I find it very interesting. And Batman has no eyes. So for those people who don't like that Dad puts Batman's eyes in there.
He only does it for close-ups when you need to know where he's looking.
Or he's really making a statement. He does it. Okay. This is a piece, like I said, we don't quite know where this came from. Some of us up here felt it was from a Superman collection. We don't feel it was ever finished, but this is it. This is a pretty tight pencil. He's almost kind of doing a rendered finish on it.
Yeah.
We're selling this for $2,200. It is 11 by 14. It would have a certificate of authenticity that would go along with it.
This would make a great painting.
Yeah.
Especially with like space and Earth behind them, or Metropolis down below, or something.
You know, it has kind of a Bob Peakish design to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can see Bob Peak taking this and finishing it.
Actually, along those lines, I was thinking Bill Sienkiewicz could do a really nice finish
I
painting
think
of
Bill
that.
would go too far away in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
Peak would keep it, but give you that like that he did on the Superman paintings in the original movies. Like he would do something interesting with the cape, the back cape.
Mm-hmm.
So $2,200 for this Superman drawing. Again, if I were to buy stuff, this is a piece I would buy because there is not a piece like this anywhere out there. So $2,200, it would get a certificate of authenticity because it is not signed by Neal. But great piece of art. So I'll just be sending all the pieces that I like to Felix.
There you go.
Okay, next up is a Green Arrow, which I don't think we've scanned.
Nope.
This is an 8.5 by 11 Green Arrow that somehow got buried. Obviously, Neal did this for the show to sell. It is $2,000 to buy. It is Pen McNeil, and it is a signed piece by Neal. It is definitely Green Arrow. In all his glory. Getting ready to launch an arrow. Do you remember, were you around when Dad took us to an archery range in Manhattan?
No.
No. Okay. I remember it was very, like,
That was
I had
only for
done,
the cool kids.
well, I don't know what he had gone into like Green Arrow very hard and heavy. And I had done bow and arrows at like day camp. where you get the big hay thing and you get the big bullseye and you get to shoot bow and arrow and hopefully you don't shoot one of your camper friends. And then Dad took us to this place in Manhattan that was like a serious like they had those mechanical that would open into like your bow.
How old were
And
you?
people were like mechanical stuff. And it was really serious. I was young because I was afraid. I remember being like, I can't shoot here. This isn't like day
Well, if you
camp.
were like a teenager, they would
Yeah.
have left me home.
They probably did leave you somewhere. Zia was left somewhere. We probably left her in the closet with the coats.
What else is
Home
new?
Alone.
Coat closet for Zia.
All the rest of them got to do all the cool stuff.
All I remember was
I
being
grew up in the
scared out of my
freaking farm.
We'll
pants.
just call you Kevin.
Right.
Seriously.
I remember being scared out of my pants and Dad handing me this bow and going, "You must be nuts and you think I can shoot this." So that was my experience as one day meeting Green Arrow, and I didn't appreciate it. So I stayed with day camp shooting, not professional. $2,000 for this piece, gorgeous piece by Neal, and it is signed.
And then when Chris came home, she used her siblings as target practice.
No, just Joel.
I did shoot a crossbow once. That was amazing. That was amazing because the power in a crossbow is amazing.
I could imagine.
Joel still has the star.
I didn't shoot Joel.
I know.
He hasn't been the same since.
Even pulling,
I think it was getting stuck between the bunk bed and the wall that did it for Joel.
you never. Oh, Joel got stuck between the bunk bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
hate when that happens.
Joel had a big fat head with a little tiny
Aw.
body. And his head.
Don't pick on Joel.
And we would like screw around in the top bunk and then make too much noise. And Dad was always in the front of the house and our bedroom was in the back of the house. So you would hear Dad's light box do that, like, and you'd hear Dad's chair do the back. And then you knew you had like
Dad was coming.
8 seconds before Dad shows up in the doorway of the bedroom and goes, "What's
What are you
going
guys
on
doing?"
in here?" And so I decided not to throw Joel off the side of the bunk bed that is the outside, but threw him on the inside between the wall and the bed. And Joel slid down, and then his fat head got stuck. So I started pounding the top of his head, and he dropped right before Dad came into the room. And he never ratted me out. Amazing. Joel's the best. Okay, 8.5 by 11, Spider-Man. This is a pen and ink Neal. This is probably our last Spider-Man, which is the reason why I picked it up. And I said, "Z, let's color this one."
Oh, they were both troublemakers. It's just Chris was bigger. That's not the case anymore.
So I have Spider-Man with the buildings in black and white behind a really nicely colored Spider-Man. This is Color Zia, pen and ink is Neal. It is signed by Neal. See, that story made my nose run and I'm gonna start coughing and I'll be crying before the night's over. And the price on this is $700.
$750.
Sorry, $750 for Spider-Man. This is a really gorgeous piece, guys. And nobody has one like that.
That is true.
So it's a very kind of New York feel here. Midtown.
Mm.
It's Midtown Spider-Man here. So you want to hear the worst part about Joel's head getting stuck?
They couldn't get him out.
No,
No,
he
it's
dropped. He dropped right before Dad walked into the room.
Yeah, but didn't he get stuck like this?
He got stuck with his lip up.
Yeah, it stayed there.
And you know how there's that little piece of skin that holds like your lip to your gum? It got torn. So
Is it the cleft?
I think that's what that is. I don't know.
No, the cleft is the roof of your mouth.
It grew back, whatever. It grew, it attached. Which I don't even think Mom and Dad knew about that.
There was a few things Mom and Dad never knew about.
And years later, it all comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe to tell it now?
I also used Joel one night as bait in case we were being robbed. But I think every older sister throws the younger one, thinking, I'll use you as bait, and as you're
Not
taking...
with your two, it was the other way around.
No, Kelly had the same thinking with Courtney.
Oh, I thought it was Courtney that put Kelly out front.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, because you always think the next one could take the first hit, and then you can kill whoever. He gives you time to think and kill whoever's coming.
So did you put a yellow cape on Joel? He was basically your Robin.
No, but you know what I would have killed the person robbing our house with? My dad's speed skates.
That would be a nasty way to go.
Mm-hmm. I was going to plunge speed skates into somebody's chest
Ice Ice Baby.
after I threw Joel out there. Okay, so this is 17 by 11. 11:17. This is another piece very similar to the Justice League. Batman and Bruce Wayne. This is $3,000 to buy. Again, very gorgeous drawing here. Did we scan a pan this one? Or no? I thought we did do this one. No? All right. Next time we show this, I'm going to scan a pan. Because I will say the detail on Bruce Wayne's face is amazing. Yeah. But again, this is Neal at his best, doing finished pencil renders. It is $3,000 to buy. I don't think this is signed, right?
No, it's not.
So a certificate of authenticity
Sticky.
will go along with this piece. I also like that Batman is kind of behind and looking down. Because it makes you think of, like, what is Batman thinking?
Like this poor kid.
What have I done? Who do I grow up to be? It's an interesting piece. It's a thinking piece. Okay, next up, I'm going to do the Green Arrow number 5 cover. So this is Green Arrow number 5 Rebirth. This is the published cover. This is the pencil portion of the published cover by Neal. The inker of this cover is Bill Sienkiewicz, known as the real Polish guy.
Yes.
That's why you love him. $8,000 to buy. And I do believe this is signed by Neal. No, Neal did.
No, it's not.
No, there's
It's
no
not?
signature.
No.
Neal did ink the faces on this. But this is the pencil that Bill inked off of. $8,000 is the price for this. This is the cover that has all the fire behind Black Canary and Hal Jordan. I'm not Hal Jordan, sorry.
Oliver Queen.
Oliver Queen. Because it's always good to kiss in front of a giant explosion of fire.
Come on, explosions are romantic.
Sexy and hot. $8,000.
So your hair catches on fire.
Hey, you know, whenever I want to attract a guy, I blow something up.
I would believe that's probably true with you. $8,000.
It's the reason I'm single.
I won't say it.
Don't say it. Okay, next piece. Crap, this is the one I lost. Do you remember
Boom,
what we said
baby.
this was? Oh, it's down here.
Yeah, you got the price.
I got it. Okay. I just didn't see it. Okay. So the size of this lovely piece is 14 by 17. Black Canary. This is a gorgeous Black Canary piece, pen and ink by Neal. I believe there's a video of Neal actually selling this.
Tell me what you were going to say later.
The
I'm curious now.
the price on this is
I was just gonna say what room you blew up.
$12,000. A lot of work in this piece. Very intricate motorcycle stuff as well as intricate stocking. So again, the price on this is $12,000. It is a large piece by Neal,
Gorgeous piece.
and we do have this colored as well.
Well, not original color. We have a print.
No, we have an original
We
color.
have an original color?
Mhm.
Oh.
12,000 for this piece.
Well, then I don't have to do it myself.
Nice piece. Okay, next up. You guys are so quiet.
No, nobody's talking. What are you guys watching?
Is this thing on?
You guys are watching something while we're doing this.
Well, Andrew's been talking to us.
Thank you, Andrew.
Now, I think we're going to say, I was talking too.
I was here.
I was here. Okay, this is 9 by 12. 9 by 12 Robin. Now, this is the original design for the original Robin new design costume, the poster. Which the poster, when it came out, looked like that. Now, when Neal originally drew it, which this is the pencil, and handed it into Dizzy.
Dizzy?
Uh-oh, Andrew's a middle child. Uh-oh.
Explains a lot.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, to speak of that, I wasn't your older sister.
Actually, there are 2 middle children and 2 youngest children.
No, there's too many children.
Yeah, well, Chris was kind of done being a sister by the time I came along.
So, really, Gustavo, you're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Multitasking.
No, more. Okay, so this is Neal's original Robin design for the Robin cover and has the new Robin costume that was designed by Neal. When he originally handed it into DC, Neal had a Batman in the background because it's very rare that you ever see Robin by himself. DC said they really loved the design, but they wanted to take Batman out. So Neal, being the good guy that he is, and then being the client, took Batman out, no problem, and then did the poster that we all know, or the cover that we all know. So this is a vintage piece. I forget what year we did
1990.
that. I was going to say, it was a long time ago.
It was the year Robin #1, the comic book came out.
Right. So this is vintage 1990, like a fine wine Robin right here.
I don't know if there would have been a mutiny, but I don't think all of us would have survived if I was the oldest. There would be fewer children at this point.
If you've all met Joel, which I suggest you all do a night of the Krusty Bunker show, Joel does the Krusty Bunker new comics on Tuesday night. And if you watch Joel, you'll understand.
It will all
Joel-
make sense.
Joel is the only person in the world that could get Mom, Chris, and me all in unison to go, Joel, you're such an asshole.
But yet everybody loves Joel, so there you go.
And Joel's favorite word is no.
Yes, that is true.
To this day,
To this
To
day,
this day.
Joel says no.
most kids grow out of that.
Joel
And
never did.
No matter what Dad offered for us to do on the weekend, go to museum, go see a movie,
Do archery.
do archery, whatever it
Axe
was,
throwing.
Joel would go, no, I just want to go to the studio.
That is true.
Gotta go to the studio and draw pretty girls.
And Joel still draws pretty girls. Okay, so the price for this vintage piece is,
I don't know.
how do we not know?
You didn't tell me. Let me
Wasn't
see
it
if it's in my
12?
notes.
I thought it was this.
Was it 8?
I thought that's what you guys agreed on.
No, maybe 8,000. All right, for tonight it's gonna be 8,000. We lost our sticker.
Because you were pricing this and another one at the same time, and it was just, they were both the same
They were
price.
that it was 8,000 because there are two $8,000 pieces. We will get a sticker on that.
Grab it at that price while you can.
Because Jason's screaming somewhere. What is she doing?
In space,
No!
in space, no one can hear you scream.
That's right. That's Jason.
In Croton-on-Hudson, no one can hear you scream.
Exactly.
Okay, next I'm gonna go Hulk and get out of trouble. Okay, this is my last Hulk pencil in the finished pencil render that Neal did. The price on this is $3,000, and the size of this is 11 by 14. And this is again a finished pencil render, illustrative piece. It's tight pencil work here. $3,000 to buy. Mr. Hulk. So Hulk is smashing or bending, I would say, a girder is what is going on here. I just like his tight little shorts. Okay, Hulk 3000. What am I gonna do next? Beep, 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 beep. Do this one. Nope, wrong one. Okay, next up this is the Martian Manhunter cover, which was done 2 covers like the Ra's al Ghul cover. This was part of the 27 covers where they had Neal take out characters, put other characters in their place, but keep a kind of facsimile look to it. This is actually the comic book here that I just put up front. So these are Neal's pencils because each one of Neal's covers went to a different inker to find an inker to ink Neal.
Mark Fox Morgan would like to claim the Superman print action comics 419.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a problem, Mark. Just hold on a sec.
Please be sure to send us a direct message with your claim, your mailing address, and your PayPal email, please. And thank you very much for your purchase.
419 is the building one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mark Fox.
Fox-Morgan.
Okay. Gotcha. Jackson.
Woohoo!
Oops. Oops. Let me put this way. And
Did you lose your bones?
now I have bombs right here. Here comes our bomb for Mark.
Woohoo!
That was a quiet one.
That was a quiet one.
So thank you, Mark, for buying from us. And that's one, like I said, that's one of my favorite covers. So again, what we're currently looking at is the 27 cover of the Martian Manhunter #2, or #1. Where Neal obviously took out Ra's al Ghul, Batman, and Robin, and replaced them with Martian Manhunter, with Superman, and Wonder Woman.
And what's the price on this?
Price on this is, I don't know, 8,000. Wasn't it 8,000?
Yes.
There you go.
There we go.
8,000.
Mark says thank you.
You're welcome, Mark. Boop, 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 boop. So there's Martian Manhunter. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. Okay, now I'm getting into some Sears stuff. All right. I have a Monsters book with a very detailed original drawing by Neal of a werewolf inside. This is $1,800 to buy.
Yeah, I'm okay if you guys don't buy this.
The werewolf on the inside you will not find in any other book.
We almost didn't even know it was in this
Because
book.
that's an original drawing by Neal, signed by Neal. And $1,800 is the price for this. It is the slipcase edition of the Neal Adams Monsters book. It was put out by Vanguard a long time ago, which I believe is out of print. It is $1,800 to buy with this gorgeous pen and ink werewolf that exists inside the book.
That was originally.
Originally what? Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So 1,800 is where we're at.
Just making sure.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. So werewolf, Neal Adams, monsters. There we go. And like I said, it's a nice slipcase edition of monsters.
With that gorgeous red foil.
Hardback. Actually, I'm going to slip out a different slipcase because this slipcase has got a little
Dingly dang.
dingly danged. So, but it is a nice addition of monsters. Next up, I was going to do, I have the Marvel Premiere cards where we got extra cards. Neal did the series at the time where they did put in original art cards by Neal. These are original art cards by Neal, and they are $800 to buy each. Oh, here's the big problem of the night.
I love my scan pans. I'll have to zoom in on those.
This
Thanks
is
for
our,
us.
oh,
Got one down.
goblin is down.
What if you turn your plastic on its
I
end
did it. I only have
so that you don't
4.
have to reach as far?
What's the fun in that?
Well, that's true. It is kind of amusing to watch you do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So these are Marvel Premiere cards. This is from a set that Neal had done, original art cards that were chase cards in the set. These he did for us at Continuity. These are pen, pencil, and ink and color cards by Neal. Each one of these is signed. The price is $800 per card. And thank you, Mark, for messaging us. They're one of a kind. I think Neal did. Somehow it feels like 7 would be my guess. Chase cards in this set of Marvel Premiere. He did even triple cards.
That delay confetti just come down from my face.
That are cool. Okay. Nobody's interested in my Marvel cards. This is Marvel Premiere from.
So I think I have the leftover ones that weren't drawn on.
2014. So from a long time ago. $800 a piece on those. I can pull out some books.
Books?
Okay, this is a piece that we have shown before. Z went back into it and punched it up. So this is one of the recreation panels that Neal did. This one comes from Red Water Crimson Death.
Which was a House of Mysteries, right?
Yes.
Yes. So this is $2,200 to buy. This is Neal recreating a panel from that story. A lot of the panels that Neal recreated were panels that he wanted to do. And he always liked the fact that this one was interesting because Batman almost gets caught by his cape underneath the wall, right, that's coming down from above. Which, if you're a fan of The Incredibles and the fashion designer of
The Incredibles says no capes.
No capes for this very reason. So this is also a piece where Neal has done that razor blade effect, which he did on our show for you guys. Like I said, this has been reworked in color, so it has changed. We kind of deepened it up a bit. We kind of went a little bit away from the original coloring of the piece. Just juiced it up a little bit. It is $2,200 to buy. And obviously, Batman decided to make a dive for it. So the size of this is
11 by 14.
11 by 14. And the price on this is $2,200. And it looks marvelous now. Really nice piece.
Actually, my favorite line from The Incredibles was, "My God, you've gotten fat. Come in, darling."
That was awful. Okay, next up is Rob Liefeld. Okay, so this is what Rob Liefeld supplied to each one of the artists that he worked with on the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. I believe it was wasn't the last issue of the series of Rob? I think it was the last issue of Rob's run on this G.I. Joe Snake Eyes And he decided on the last issue that he was going to have, I think, a different inker on different pages of it.
Mhm.
And he called, expecting Neal to probably say no. Neal said, "Sure, I'll do it. I'd love to do it." So this is what Rob supplied us as the pencil. So Neal had to blue line. We are selling the original published blue line of inks because we didn't get a pencil to work on. This is the original to that, and we're selling it for $15,000. Again, it is the published page. Rob Liefeld pencils, Neal Adams inks. For G.I. Joe Snake Eyes. A nice double page spread. And I think Rob was happy with that. It's a cool piece, actually. It's cool because it isn't Neal yet, it is Neal.
And it's not Liefeld, but it is Liefeld.
Right. I mean, compositionally, it is not what Dad would traditionally do, but then it becomes Dad. Definitely by the last panel.
Well, you also see the adjustments that Dad makes between the blue line and the inks.
Right. So this is $15,000 to buy. It is the actual published page. So that is why the price is a little stiff, because it is the published piece.
And it's a double page spread.
Yep, for $15,000.
And you got 4 main characters on there: Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow, the Baroness, and Destro. For those of you G.I. Joe aficionados out there. This has got a lot on it.
And where do you get Rob Liefeld and Neal Adams on the same piece? Nowhere else.
This is the only place.
Well, it's a Rob because you can see feet, like he did the pencil.
I was going to say the feet are there. Here we go. We'll do it.
Rob did the feet.
There's Rob's pencil for Neal. So, Rob's pencil, Neal. Think about it. 2 big guns in the industry, 2 different guns in the industry, but both big guns in the industry. Together on one piece. History making man. Okay, next up. You know what? I'm going to do a little Zia. I'm going to do me some Zia. Okay, so for Zia and her voodoo covers, Zia has done 2 sketch covers. This one and the one based on the drug cover. Excuse me. These are part of her voodoo dolls, which actually started, and I actually found, I think it was last weekend. It was one of the days I was home with Max, and I had found one of Dad's drawings. Like, if you've been following Facebook, we posted up one of Neal's Jokers, where he was doing all these weird things with torturing Batman and Robin, with Joker in the background, giant Joker in the background. And I realized that's where the voodoo doll had come into my mind, and you had loved the voodoo doll,
Yeah.
and you demanded that you had to color it.
Yeah.
And then Zia and I were sitting in Baltimore, and Zia was like, what am I?
I'm bored. What do I do?
What do I do? And I said, why don't you do one of those voodoo dolls? And then Zia has kind of taken off with the voodoo dolls. But we will admit that Dad did the first Robin voodoo doll. That's out there. So these are Zia's sketch covers on the Green Lantern, Green Arrow blanks. So this is original art by Zia. I am going to support Zia by, if anybody buys hers tonight, I'm going to die before I let this out. I'm going to put in the foil and the regular copy of the new facsimile edition of the Jon Stewart that just came out. So what is the price of your sketch covers?
They're $250 each. $250.
Okay, so the two in the middle are the sketch covers, obviously. They are $250 to buy each one. So,
Okay, Patrick07 Hall, no, you will not be finding manga here. This is Neal Adams' page, and Neal Adams never did manga.
Oh, I'm sure I can find a piece.
And if this is not your flavor, sorry.
So, pen and ink and color on these is all Zia. It is the two in the center. Each one of the two in the center is $250 to buy. And I am supporting it with also throwing in Dad's facsimile edition, Jon Stewart's. One is a foil, one is the regular. It just came out a couple of weeks ago that in most cases has sold out there in the world.
Aww.
I know, snarfle,
Poor
snarfle. And we're not even really in the allergy season yet.
I know.
Just gonna have to go to Florida.
Oh, and just so you guys have, the Voodoo Doll sketches can be CGC'd with a yellow label, because I now have an artist account. Yay!
So these are available tonight. $250 is the price, and you get the 2 copies of Dad's. They're very cute.
And if there is a...
I actually like the drug one because the drug one says, "My ward Speedy is a pinhead."
And if there's any other
Claim
characters...
76 retro cover with CGC.
Yay! Thank you, Victor.
Which one is 76?
I think
This
it's
one.
the green one, yeah.
Okay, Victor, this is yours.
Thank you, Victor.
Yeah.
Can you DM me? I will put up my... where is it? Well, you know me. We're friends on Facebook.
Okay, so Victor Serena. Thank you, Victor.
Andrea says these are awesome. Thank you,
They are
Andrea.
awesome. And it's a dead one. Are these all dead? Yeah. This one is not working. It's not working.
Thank you, Victor.
This one will work. Here we go for Victor. Or not.
You can do it, Chris. There you go.
There we go. Thank you, Victor. Okay, next up. Here we go. I'm going to do this one. So this is where Neal did patches that are published patches now that appeared in different pieces of his Batman illustrated books. Oops. Sorry.
Okay.
What is that? Oh, this is your drinking one.
Tommy Braden 84 says, this art is whimsical and spooky voodoo doll style homage Z, can you promise neither me nor my house will be cursed or haunted by voodoo art? You seem like a jolly, happy, benevolent artist. So say, yes, you are quite safe. If anything, they might like move your keys or, but nothing bad will
We
happen.
haven't
They're
heard
a little
anything
mischievous.
bad, right?
Yeah.
We haven't heard anything bad.
They can be mischievous, but they're not evil.
Right.
They're just playful.
They're very cute, actually.
Actually,
Okay.
Aquaman might still be my favorite.
I think Dad.
Well, yeah, there's
Where's
Dad.
This one is my favorite. I think out of even drawings that Dad did of Dad that people commissioned, that somehow this feels more like Dad than any drawing of Dad that's out there. So I think that one is my favorite one.
And Andrea Duran says, nothing nefarious here, and I have a couple. And Sarah Snyder has a few, and she even has some battling ones, and they're being quite nice.
Right. Now this is her Aquaman one, which is also very cute. Those are my two faves. So she does lots of different characters. They're always fun. And they're never horrible. Actually, Dad's Robin voodoo doll.
Dad's Robin one looks just so distressed.
Right. That was like really sad to look at.
Yeah.
Because he's being shook to death. Okay, back to work, Chris.
And actually, the ones that Sarah got, where Lois and this other chick are fighting,
Yeah,
Lois
they're
Lane
good.
and the other chick are fighting, is pretty funny because they have such angry little faces.
That was here. I just saw that.
And then there was the Man Bat one, was pretty cute too.
Well, they're all very cute. Let's see. Where's the? I also like the Captain America one. Does this shield make me look fat?
I love that one. I almost cried when I had to mail him out. He got bought, and I had to mail him out, and I miss him.
This is one of the pieces that Zia did for Sarah. That's the Lois Lane one she was talking about.
Actually, no, I don't have a print of the Lois Lane one I was talking about, but this one's cute too.
So, I don't know. I, in some ways, wish that the head of Dad was your voodoo doll head on the yellow label.
Yeah, right.
CGC. I think that would have been very cool. So
I don't know if everybody would have enjoyed it though.
But I would have.
And
that's what counts.
And that's all that matters.
Okay, back to the real work. Okay, next is 11 by 14.
Yes.
This is a Batman patch that was put into the Batman Illustrated #3 book in the Robin meets Man-Bat story. We're charging $7,000 for this. This is a full length Batman from head to toe. He was replaced. Well, this is the replacement actually. The panel that is somewhere over here.
Mm-hmm.
A small panel.
Give me a second.
Or it's actually, yep, right over there.
I'm gonna do that.
Right. So this is.
Good night, Rich.
Good night, Rich. Have a good weekend. This is a claim for $7,000 because it is a published piece. It's also a very large piece, and it is done in the style of the time that Neal did that Peter Pan record with Robin and Man-Bat. So nice piece of art. It is also signed by Neal. $7,000 is the price for it. I crunch my cough drops.
Crunch.
Sorry about that, guys. Next up is, I don't think I have to show any color. This is also Batman Illustrated number 3. This is the original drawing of the Joker that originally appeared in the Peter Pan record. This is a published patch that patched over this Joker that appears in, like I said, it is in the
We're losing Chris fast.
Power Records trumping. Is it trumping the Joker? Nope, it's not trumping the Joker. Now I lost the page. Sorry, guys, I don't know what story this comes from.
Oh no!
I have lost my mind at this point. But that is the Joker patch. And is there a price on that thing?
$3,500.
Thank you. $3,500 for the Joker patch. Which, like I said, this was the original. This is the patch. And it is a published piece that was published in the Batman Illustrated Book 3. So, I love this piece. I think this is a cool piece to own. And then my other piece, which also is in book 3 of Batman Illustrated, it is in the Trumping the Joker story for $2,500. This is what originally was printed. And then Neal's patch that is published in there is that. So again, these patches were designed to fix what Neal didn't like the first go round. Usually it would have to do with deadlines or somebody else worked it and didn't quite get his pencil or what Neal originally wanted. The Batman Illustrated books gave Neal the chance to kind of go back and fix some of the stuff that obviously bothered him for a long time. He wasn't paid to patch these. He took the time out of his day to quality up his work. And these are the patches that he did. So like I said, these are published patches at this point. The price on the Batman Robin one is $2,500. It comes from the Power Records Trumping the Joker, page 4. And that is the one you're currently looking at. So again, beautiful artwork by Neal. I do have a really nice Batman remark, which is right in the middle here on this Batman, Robin, and Batgirl facsimile edition of Challenge the Man-Bat for $800. And what's nice about this remark is it's one of the few times that Neal actually colored a remark. I will say Victor Savino has a fantastic colored Joker head on, was it on 250? No, it was on Batman Odyssey. This is where Dad drew it. And his is in color, which is a magnificent piece. This is one of the other times that Neal actually colored a remark. So the Batman head in the middle is the remark that's pen, ink, and color by Neal. It is signed by Neal for $800. And then we have a silver Man-Bat. That is the remark on this piece.
Andrew wants to know, did he remember what he didn't like, or did he flip through the book for quality control?
I think in some cases there were things that have stuck with him, so it wasn't even like he had to flip through the book. There was something with the story with the leopard that Neil immediately went to, and it was almost like he wanted to redo the leopard spotting. There was something wrong there, which obviously there are a couple of things that have bothered my parents for a long time. Like I said, I told you about the cooked lobster that somebody had changed their coloring and made the lobster red in the sea as if you had a cooked boiled lobster that comes out of the sea. So it doesn't take much to poke the parents and have them go, fix that. Finally, I get to do something. So there were a couple of changes that had that kind of feel to it with Neil. I think the Peter Pan record stuff, because that was more of a commercial job that is different than doing a comic job. And I think at the time, Peter Pan Records came into continuity at the very beginning of continuity. Matter of fact, this month, continuity turns 50 years old. This is our 50th anniversary, I believe, this month. And because they were doing kind of like comic book art for advertising, because I think Neil was trying to make continuity a more futuristic John Stone and Cushing in a way, because he took on the mantle of advertising the comics. So when they got the Peter Pan Records work, Neil also had a studio with guys in it, so he kind of spread the work a little bit. So I think things got a little mishandled in some of that work, and I think that there were things in it that Neil was like, well, if this is going to be also, I want to say, in the Neal Adams illustrated books, this is one of the first times they actually went out with the illustrator's name on the book. It wasn't just Batman. It's a collection, and they put the name of the illustrator on the book. Because Neil and I discussed with DC that, like, hey, but you're not doing a collection of Batman. You're pulling a Neal Adams collection and then you're putting his name on it. And that's different. So this is actually in some ways, historical book of Neil fighting for a little bit more money because his name was used up on the book. And then because of that, it was very important to Neil that the interiors of these books be really fantastic. And Neil believed that his artwork was of a caliber that it would be able to live on into the future. And really the thing that was holding it back was the color work on it, because this goes back to very flat coloring. And then the coloring has been colored by other colorists along the way, because we've done reprints, and every time they did a reprint, they would get new coloring done. And sometimes those colorists went way away from the original coloring of Batman.
Tommy Braden, no, they're $800 each. They don't come together as a set.
Right. So basically for Neil, this became a very big project. It was very important to him because his name was on it. He was getting paid a little bit more because his name was on it. I probably shouldn't have said that. Broke the rules of life here. And he wanted everything to be great in it. And like I said, it was a way that he could recolor his work, that maybe it would withstand time with a little bit better coloring. As much as everybody feels that Neil should stay in time where he came and not be ever changed.
Not evolve.
Neil wanted the ability to stay out there on the stands with his older work. So that is the story of the Batman Illustrated books, which I didn't even think about till just now. So he put a lot into them. Both my parents put a lot into them. So anyway, that is my remarks. I am coming down to the end of my piles here.
There is no end to the piles.
There is no end. Ever. Let's see. What do I feel like?
Okay, Tommy Braden wants to know, okay, gotcha, is hardcover Batman Illustrated for sale too?
I don't generally sell them. What if you're interested in buying a book, you can probably find this on the Neal Adams store.com. Jason has these for sale. If that's what I just have the books out because I show this is it published and these are the pieces of art that did it. But I believe Jason sells these on the nealadamsstore.com. And you can buy them that way.
I just posted the website address on the.
I would put your name on my books, but my books have been cut apart.
They've
You're not going to want my books.
been used as reference.
My book, you can always tell a Chris Adams book that got loose because it's cut. Okay, I'm going to end my show on some Neal Adams and Mark Farmer art. So I have 2 pages from Fantastic Four, which was Neal's last big mega series here. I do have page 17 and I have page 5. These are the originals. Each one of these is $15,000 to buy. Again, this is a story by Mark Waid. It is penciled by Neal Adams. It is inked by Mark Farmer.
Don't you guys scan 17? I did not pen and scan page 17.
Well, you definitely did page 5.
I did, yes.
I can see your little sticker out here.
Yep.
So this is a series that actually came out at about the time of COVID. So it didn't get a lot of fanfare because we weren't really going into comic stores and all the conventions had shut down because we weren't allowed to go anywhere. So a lot of people kind of missed out on this Fantastic Four series.
That it was like printed in the middle of COVID, so like the first 2 issues came out, and then COVID happened, and didn't finish after COVID started easing up.
No, they came out.
No, they were all.
They
Okay.
were all out.
I thought there was something that we were waiting for issues on because it happened, or was that Ra's al Ghul?
I don't even remember. Somehow I remembered this coming out pretty much on time. Dad had the worst luck that way. So again, you have page 5 and page 17. 15,000 is the price. I'm going to show the color. That's that page. This is this page. So very cool pieces here. Okay, so if anybody would like to see something again, I'll gladly pull it out. Anybody has any questions, gladly will answer them. There's something in the back that you want to see that's available to come out. If you want to see something that I didn't show tonight, you're going to have to take these down because I can't see. So, can I help anybody with anything tonight?
Just said goodnight. Okay, I guess that's a no.
Thank you, Sam.
Are we being dismissed?
I think we've been dismissed. I think Sam said,
Have I been invited to leave?
I think you've been invited to leave, Zay.
It is my MO.
No, everybody is very quiet. Only
I
Andrea.
know, y'all are
Andrea's
doing
been
something
the
else.
only one entertaining us tonight. Okay, well, I guess that note.
Gustavo's saying adios.
Thanks, Andrea, for entertaining me and Z tonight. And I guess Z and I are going to say goodnight.
And thank you for Mark Fox Morgan for his Superman purchase, and thank you, Victor, for your Voodoo Doll purchase.
Yes, we always appreciate everybody who supports us, and we will be back next week. You guys are getting harder and harder to satisfy with stuff.
No. I think everybody's waiting for the tax returns.
Yes, I think so. I know I am, so I'm sure everybody else is. All right, guys. Thank you again for everything. For everybody who's ever bought from us, thank you. And we will return next week with more stuff.
Have a great night.
More stuff. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.